Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Postcom for the Snooker19 stream that I did last night on the Xbox. You'll be seeing this on you'll be seeing this later today on the video, but the video was recorded last night around about 9:30, so around about 9:15. So here you're going to see the career match between Gray and Dot playing as myself and Chris Wakelin. I won't give you the result. I won't spoil it for anyone, but I will commentate on what I was attempting at the time when balls and missed. So, because there are a fair few misses in this stream, so I will indicate what I was supposed to be doing at that time. But other than that, let's go. So as you can see, this opening red, nice pot there to start off the stream.
One.
I was looking around the table at this point and decided to go for the yellow. I do have to say,
this is relatively easy.
Since I changed the colour in
that's an unforced error.
Vision screen, it seems to have
Three.
got a little bit easier to work out where the Eminade's got to go.
That's a shocker.
Graham Dot, three.
Well, that was a terrible shot. I don't know what I was attempting there, but I felt the same when I played it last night. I felt
No more than
terrible
half a
shot.
chance here.
6.
Would you believe it?
Exactly. Not the best shot there from the opponent.
Six.
Covered by the
He
black.
wants to keep his cue ball safe, but no guarantees.
Well, he hit that well. Should be able to just... Okay. I don't know yet. I'm just trying to...
Successfully gets out the snooker, but he's left an opportunity here. Chris Wakelin, 6.
Why's it not going a full screen? Okay.
One.
Can't understand why it's not going to full screen. Hopefully people can see what's going on.
Doesn't want to hit this.
It's a good pot in the brown.
Nicely played onto the red.
5.
Just turn down the volume a bit.
That's a bad miss.
That was a bad miss. It was just a simple red into that corner pocket. Should have been missed.
He's attempting to sink this into the left corner
when I
pocket.
missed that. But then
We'll
immediately
try and eliminate errors like that in this match.
I got back into the table straight afterwards. Back at the table straight afterwards. So... One.
One.
Nice pot on the black there. And a decent position.
8.
Oh, that's okay.
Nine.
Yeah, it was a sloppy game, this one. It wasn't very consistent. And we didn't get a lot of big breaks either.
Sixteen.
That's ended up more awkward than he would have wanted.
22.
One thing is for sure, when we play
This is a tricky one along
Selby later today, we're going to have to play better than that.
That's really close, but not quite close
I'm
enough.
actually surprised at that red miss.
Graham Dot, 22.
But as you can see, that was one of the decent breaks I had. This has been played on the amateur difficulty level. Sorry, the amateur aiming aid.
Seven. 8.
We know what a prolific long potter he is, so I'd assume he'd take this on.
That's a poor miss.
He's missed it!
I was thinking the same when I found out that was missed last night.
Chris Wakelin, 8.
But actually, the third frame of this map is the worst frame. It's very inconsistent.
1.
You're going to see why it was inconsistent later on.
Well, he's taking it on. Brilliant shot.
Eight.
I played alright in the first 2 frames. Last night.
10.
Well, it goes. Half a chance here.
Thirteen.
Just gonna check this out. Oh, there you go.
Tricky pot coming up.
Seventeen.
This is really tricky.
So,
What a fabulous
that shot I was happy with. That was a really good
22.
shot. Long blew into the top corner. I normally miss those, but not on this occasion. That was very good indeed.
He's lining this up into the left centre pocket.
28.
So that's the end of the first
Now,
frame.
can he drop this into the right corner?
Disappointingly missed this black by putting it on the jaw of the pocket, but that's the end of the first frame, ladies and gentlemen. And it was a decent
Framed
frame.
up. 28.
Frame conceded. Frame framed up.
That is the frame.
So he's opened up a one-frame gap and will be looking to apply some pressure on his opponent in this frame.
He has, but it's only a slender lead.
Thank you. The second frame. Chris Wakelin to break.
So we get the second frame underway with a decent break from Chris Wakelin, but he has left a red on. And if you're not aware, I do like to be extremely aggressive with my shot choice. If I do see a red on, I will most likely go for it.
Not an easy one, but a half chance.
Really nice opening red.
Yeah, it was.
One.
And I actually opened a fair decent amount of them, but didn't really make enough to... I think I only made 8, I think it was. On the back of that, I was disappointed with that effort, given that I'd given myself the perfect chance.
This is being played towards the left
red
middle
zone.
pocket.
Yeah, you could argue I didn't play for position properly, but...
7.
Well, I didn't play the right shot there. No wonder I got out position. And I didn't even play the right shot.
He's looking at this red.
Having looked at that second time, that wasn't the shot. The shot was the one on the right hand side of the table. No wonder I got out of position and didn't end up scoring. That's now an oversight. Should always look every single part of the table, although I'm surprised this brown missed. But
he's looking to drop this into the middle pocket.
no, it didn't.
Tremendous shot.
He's playing very well
So
here.
I must have got
12.
Must have got about 20 up then. What did I end up getting? I'll have to see in a minute. Thirteen.
13.
Looking to play this with a lot of power.
Nicely done.
Great cueing.
20.
So we're into the 20s at the moment.
Twenty-one.
You'll need to strike the cue ball very true here. Not ideal.
26.
Yeah, good pot on the blue there to take us to
Well,
26.
it goes.
I
Half
think I
chance here.
remember what I got here. 27. I think was the break in the end. Yes, it was, because I was out of position there.
27.
So that was actually a more decent break than I thought it was. Because I thought this pink went, and then I had a re-look at it. But I ended up taking it in the end, but it caught itself on the black. In fact, I was unlucky not to fluke it in the end.
Not really the result he was after.
Graham Dot,
27.
He's aiming for the left corner here.
But that was a good break.
Down it goes.
1.
But the next frame is very
6.
bitty. I do end up winning it, but
Well,
it
he's
takes
taking
me
it on
about
to the left corner.
20-25 minutes to win it.
That's a great pot.
7. 13. 14.
Not what he intended.
Break of 14 there from Chris Wakeling, but did leave a rhythm.
14.
He's taking on the pot along the cushion.
1.
He's playing the pot here.
Well, I think he's lost position here.
And that was a bad shot. Should have thought about that a bit more before I did it.
Graham Dock, 8.
No.
This is really tricky.
No, not this time.
Yeah, that was a very aggressive attempt by the computer. Just missed the pot, actually. That's one thing about the AI in this game. They're very aggressive. And perhaps too aggressive. But nicely played. On the black.
Lost the cue ball attempt there.
I was trying to break into the pack probably, but
8.
just couldn't get enough backspin into it. That would have won this frame had I made a decent break out of it.
Graham Dock, 8.
As you can see, continuing to struggle a fair bit, not being consistent, and that is my game top to bottom. Sometimes I get in and make big breaks, sometimes I don't. It's very inconsistent.
He's taking this on. No, not this time.
Well, that was a terrible shot. I realise now there was no chance of it going, but just at the time I thought try and get it past it, but there was absolutely no chance of that going. But thankfully the AI at this level will leave you a couple of chances, but as I say, when I play so be later today, I'm going to have to play better than that.
Great positional shot. He'll be happy with that.
1.
He's playing for the right corner here.
That was a disappointing miss.
Loose play like that isn't what you'd expect from a player of his quality.
Graham Dock, 1.
That was particularly disappointing. It was a very close play. Blue was close to the was within decent range of the cue ball, and to miss that
1
was very disappointing. I think this was the start of the period where I just couldn't be consistent.
Loose shot.
In fact, neither of us could be consistent. We were missing. The AI was missing
Chris Wakelin, 1.
easy shots, and so was I. It was like it was feeding off. We were feeding off each other.
One.
He's taking on this pink. He's played that very well with the wrist.
7.
But like I said, the next frame is where it all went to pot. And
this red required. That's a top shot. Outstanding potting.
That should be it. No real way for his opponent to win the frame now.
8.
This will test his technique. What striking? That was something else.
15.
50. So that's the end of the second frame, ladies and gentlemen, and the start of the frame that is probably going to take the longest part of this broadcast to complete.
Frame conceded. Frame
Longest part of
framed
this
up.
recording.
That's the frame in the bag.
Well, that's a 2-frame lead now, and he's really starting to turn the screw on his opponent.
He's playing some great snooker at the moment, and he's on a real roll. This will be concerning for his opponent.
I wouldn't say it's great
Third
snooker.
frame. Graham Dock to break.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's great snooker at all. He's just doing what he can. Now the break-up's not a bad one.
He'll be conscious of not overhitting this.
And you think with the
That's a poor shot.
With the
Really poor shot.
with the commentator said it's a poor shot, I would have thought there would have been a red on, but I spent about a minute and a half looking for reds and I can't seem to find one. So this was the start of the frame. The worst bit's towards the end. Just as a side note, ladies and gentlemen, we will be, I will be going live this afternoon, as you're seeing this. Probably as soon as this goes up this afternoon, by the time it gets up to YouTube, after being recorded.
He's going for the left corner pocket. That's an excellent opening red. One.
6. 7.
That's a poor shot. A really poor shot.
First of the misses from Chris Wakelin.
Chris Wakelin
This frame.
7.
This will be a real test of his cueing. Well, you can't question his cue power after that shot.
That was a pretty good shot. Straight up the cushion at practically full pace. Should have gone green instead of trying to... Did I end up going green in the end? I think I did. Yeah. Yeah. Actually got a good thing green here.
This really is tricky.
I was thinking at this point it was going to be a decent frame.
I'm not sure what happened there.
But
Four.
I mean, that was a bad positional shot. And I almost tried to continue it going into the middle. I don't remember if I got this or not.
Close, but
No,
not quite.
Put it on its jaw. It was close, as I say, but
Graham Dot. Four.
it was another bad miss, and the brakes weren't enough in this frame. It was just very bitty, and you're just seeing why at the moment. We were missing all sorts.
This really is tricky.
That's a brilliant pot.
So I missed the previous red,
One.
and then I can get pots like that. You wouldn't script it.
Now, can he drop this into the right corner?
Yeah, that's a good pot.
He'll be fuming about that.
But again, out of position, so he'd be disappointed with that. And I was, I can tell you. Keep getting out of position like that, and then it's going to cost you in the end. That was a pretty good safety in return, though.
The cue ball's finished up.
I did leave a red on, and
Graham Dot. Seven.
surprisingly he didn't go for it because there was a red down that left-hand side of the table. But the fact he bumped the middle pocket
Not really intended at all.
gave me a chance to go for the red
Shot.
that I was expecting him to go for.
He's looking to pop this into the left corner pocket.
Yeah.
Well, he lost control of the cue ball there. He'll be annoyed with that.
One.
Yeah, and the black wouldn't have gone anyway, so it was a daft shot. It just, some shots in this frame were extremely daft.
Safety here, I think.
Obviously I didn't think of it at the time, but you go back and you think, what did I play that shot for? Anyway, let's wind it on, because I don't want
Graham Dot. One.
this
He's playing the
to
safety
go.
here.
It's very bitty. Here we go.
Well, he's looking at potting this into the right corner pocket.
Decent shot
That
there.
hasn't really worked
Again,
out at all.
It's pretty bitty. What I'm going to do is probably skip through to the fourth frame where I actually play one of our best frames of the entire match. So when I find it, we'll sit and watch that. That doesn't
Foul
take,
miss. Chris Wakeling,
that actually
4.
doesn't take too long. So
I think he's playing this with a lot of power.
well, that was actually a bad.
That's opened up this frame again.
Foul.
If I hadn't done that foul on the
no
back
gimme.
there that you just seen, that this frame would have been over 10 minutes prior to this. So and we would have been in the 4th frame. I'm just trying to skip through all of this. See what I mean? When it gets bitty and it doesn't play well, but I ended up winning
Frame
it
dot,
anyway.
15. Frame conceded. Frame.
And now the free kick.
55-30. You should never have had 30 balls.
Thank you. 4th frame. Chris Wakeling to break.
But here we are at the front end of at the start of the 4th frame. And this is actually my best frame of the match. It was my most consistent. I ended up starting with a break of 46. So that I had a high break in the match of 46, and that came in this frame. So we're about to see how I made it.
He'll play this with plenty of power.
That's a good opening.
One.
One.
This is no gimme.
What a wonderful pot.
Well, he couldn't have played that any better. Superb positional shot.
5.
Still haven't worked these out. You can see it's probably a little bit too high. So I actually missed this one.
This is being played towards the left middle pocket.
Yeah.
Not the quality you would expect from a player of his skills.
But I do actually get in and score
Frame dot,
46.
5.
So
He's taking the red on. Tremendous pot. Brilliant.
good tremendous pop by the
1.
computer there.
Six.
When I get more time this morning, when I get more time to record, this is just a short recording today. When I get more time to record, I will actually show the entire matches.
7.
Instead of just highlighting them.
That's a pretty poor attempt, really.
So this one's the highlights video, cutting out most of the bad part of
Chris
the first
Wakeling,
frame.
7.
The first 2 frames have been shown because they were decent. This frame's going to be shown because it's decent, and just the bits of the 3rd frame that were bitty aren't going to be shown. So
This is tough.
this was an impressive
Fabulous.
shot.
Absolutely fabulous pot.
I enjoyed that because that was
1.
that was actually awkward, and to still get it was impressive.
Lots of power on this shot.
Four.
I think it clearly doesn't go. This was another errant shot that I thought at the time it went, but it clearly doesn't. It's just not thinking straight.
Graham Dot, 4.
This dip in form will be concerning. He needs something to get him back into the match.
But the interesting thing is, if you do consistently put it under pressure, it will even miss shots like that. They're almost deemed unmissable.
1.
And it just purely is down to pressure.
He's looking for the pot into the right middle. That's an excellent pot.
Oh, wonderful shot.
Yeah, it was as well. Nice position. He gave himself a good chance.
6.
I think this is the 46th break I was on about. I'd be disappointed not to have actually won the frame from this position, but
He's looking to pop this into the right corner.
You played that well.
7.
Well, he didn't actually play it well, but he left himself with an option, which was the green.
He's taking it on. And what a beauty he's picked up there. Half a chance, and he's grabbed it with both hands.
That's great cue control. Excellent position.
10.
Decent position to take on a colour here.
11.
Yeah, and that colour was the blue. And when I finished the break, I actually thought, I'm in control of this. This isn't going to last too much longer. Because, as I said, this was my best break in the match. By far. So I'll show it in its entirety if
Seventeen.
Needs to strike this well.
What a pot that is! Goodness me, that's a real cracker!
22.
Wasn't quite accurate, but it was accurate enough to go in. Could have done with pulling it an inch further across. It wouldn't have rattled the pocket. It would have gone straight in the middle. So, but you can see.
Just want to sink this into the left corner pocket.
$23.
Still not on the black though, which he wants to be on.
Not an easy one, but a half chance. Fabulous effort. That's a great pot.
He'll be happy with that. Top shot.
25.
Probably end the recording at the end of this 46 break. Seeing as there's not many more highlights.
26. $32.
That could have finished a little better.
33.
He's playing the pot here. Excellent pot.
Great cueing there.
39.
That's a decent pink there. And I get one more red and pink to end the break.
So this pot into the right corner. Tremendous
Like
pot.
I say, this was the
Wonderful
best
shot.
break of the match.
40.
It was
Going
actually
for the left centre here.
disappointing red into the middle. Right, I ended up losing.
Well, that's not ideal. He's not finished in a great position, that's for sure.
46.
Yeah. It's this red here that I end up missing. Disappointingly. Because I backed myself to pot most of those reds. Or most of these reds.
So, just the red required
But
here.
I just missed it. It was close.
No, not quite.
See,
Pretty close though, but that won't provide any solace.
Graham Dot, 46.
So good 46 break there. There isn't much more to come. I will try and see if I can get hold of it.
Seven.
No, I don't think there is. So just wind it through to the end. Well, particularly once this red goes down. That'll be it. So a couple of bad misses there from Chris Wakeling to finish it off. But
no more than half a chance here. What a great pass!
that's basically the end of the game. Now, I do try and pot this, but I miss a pink to the middle again. But luckily for me, at this point,
He's looking at pot into the left
it
middle.
was over. That was a disappointing miss. But at that point, the game was over.
Frame dot 1. Frame conceded, frame and match, frame dot.
And that puts him into the next round.
Yep, so nice win there. You can see 257 points to 82. So I did dominate mostly, but as you can see, there's confirmation. We will play Mark Selby later this afternoon. As you're seeing this, remember this was recorded last night. This will go up onto the YouTube today, which is Monday the 27th of Jan, and we'll be playing this match this afternoon, so look out for that, ladies and gentlemen. This has been the end of this postcom. Hope you've enjoyed watching the highlights of the previous match, and we'll see you this afternoon for the next we'll see you this evening for the next postcom. See you then, ladies and gentlemen. I might start doing these matches and then post-comming them. Yeah, I might make this into a series where I post-com every single career match that I take part in on the Xbox One, so that you guys can actually, because I find that the Xbox One is a more stable app for career mode, so that's what I'll be doing. See you guys then.